What's up, our preteens? Pastor Dyson here for another episode of Free Talk Friday. I am joined by Sunday leader Nathan Vincent. He's joining us today. Shout out to Nathan. So Nathan, can you give us a little introduction? Tell us a little bit about yourself, some things you think we should know as we begin.
Okay, so I'm Nathan. I'm 16. I've been going to Broadway for as long as I can remember. And I've known Dyson for probably 6 or 7 years at this point, at least.
Yeah.
He was one of the leaders back when Archetype and Arc Preteens was our rush.
I was
So
actually going through my old photos from like 2015, and there's one of us when you were like in grade 5 or 6 or
oh
something.
no way. You gotta show me that sometime.
I'll
That's
show it to you
amazing.
later. But yeah, so I've known Nathan for quite a while. He's one of the Broadway boys, kind of like Maria, how she's been at Broadway for her entire life. Nathan's similar. Actually, we did a Bible study at Nathan's house back when I was still in high school, I think. And my family, we would go to his house, and then a bunch of other families like Pastor Phil. Shout out to Pastor Phil Spolstra. He was there, and there was like a bunch of people there. So yeah, I have known Nathan for quite a while as well. So thank you for coming on. Let's start off with some Instagram questions. I didn't get a lot. I did get some though, so I'll start with the first one. First one comes from Isaac Downey. He asks, how many golems do villagers spawn in a period of 10 minutes with the use of 4 zombies?
I'm not actually sure the answer to that question.
It's okay. He doesn't know either
He
because in
did that on
brackets he
purpose.
says, I don't know, lol. Uh, for those of you who don't know, we call Nathan the Minecraft Wikipedia. We have our youth realm similar to our preteen realm. And so Nathan is our resident Minecraft expert. If we have questions, we usually just ask him. Second question comes from former Archetype youth pastor Jeremiah Modino. And he asks, where did you buy the fedora? For those of you who don't know, Nathan and his younger brother Sean, who is that his setup behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
so
not here right now, but
Sean's not there right now, but that's Sean's setup behind Nathan. They sometimes were matching fedoras on Friday back when we were meeting in person. And so I think everybody wants to know, where, in fact, did you get that fedora?
I actually got that fedora in Rome, a little over a year and a half ago. We took a vacation to Italy, for like an extended vacation when my dad was doing this thing called an annual general meeting with his workplace. So on this trip, the meeting was in Vienna, but he extended the trip from the 1 week AGM to 2 weeks, where the first week we spent it in Italy. So one of the booths that we went by, well, actually, before I get into where I got the hat, I have to give you some backstory. So, the summer before I had gone on the trip, so I went on that trip in like October of that year. Um, but like June of that year, I was at Anvil Island helping out with a summer camp, and the camp director, he had this like fedora that looked exactly like that one, right? And there was one day where he was wearing it, and I was asking him if I could wear it, and then eventually, like, we go over dinner, and he just gives the thing to me, and like, I go and ask if he wants it back. He's like, "Nah, keep it." And then I don't actually have that one anymore because one of my friends, one of the campers that week, actually got baptized, and they were one that wanted that fedora quite a bit, so I just like gave it to them for that. And then going back to Rome, I see as I'm walking by all these like roadside stands and whatnot, I see the exact same fedora, and I'm like, "Hey, I gotta get this because it looks exactly the same as the one that I gave away." So I get it, and then eventually my brother's like, "Hey, I want one too." So we went to a different stand, and he found this one. So the one I got was from Rome, but he only wanted one when we went to Venice for a night. So one of the stalls there, we like went there, and he got like the same one. So that's the story behind the fedoras.
Nice. A true, authentic Italian fedora. Uh,
Indeed.
Interesting. I didn't know there was that much backstory. I thought it was just like I bought it in Rome. I didn't know there was this whole anvil aspect to it. So you learn
Hmm.
something every day. Our next question comes from Manish Hosani, and Manish asks, "How are you so good at Minecraft?"
Too much time. Like
If you had to
I've
estimate,
had
how
the
many hours have you put into Minecraft?
AFK or like playing it.
Like actually playing?
If I had to guess, like there's no actual way for me to check, but I assume it's at least 500.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Back in the day, I used to grind Destiny 1 hard, and so I would have about 500 hours there. But 500 hours in Minecraft is quite a while, which leads into our next question from
Actually,
Jaden.
I think it's more than that. Actually, it's got to be more than that.
Anyways, our next
At,
question
at
from
least a
Jaden
thousand.
is what is your favorite Minecraft item?
My favorite Minecraft item's got to be the Elytra. It's the most fun thing in the game.
Yeah, shout out to an Elytra. I don't think anyone on our preteen server has one yet. I don't think we've even gone to the end. Maybe we'll do that on a Monday. We'll do some end stuff. So those are our Instagram questions, and so moving over into some other questions. Mariah, one of our preteens, she asks, "What are your hobbies?" So everyone has a hobby, things they like to do. We've heard from Desiree, Mariah, Trisha, Isaac Greena, Victor, and so what are some of your hobbies that could be unique? Maybe you share with them.
So as you probably guessed, I play a lot of video games. So I play like I'm not like really locked down to like a single genre of game. Like I play a lot of Minecraft, I play a lot of Terraria, I play a lot of Counter-Strike and now Valorant as well. Um and then also when I'm not doing that, like I watch a lot of YouTube, but I also play piano and I play when I'm actually in school and not quarantined, I play the trombone in my band.
Nice. So you don't have a trombone at home.
No, I do have it.
Oh, yo, you gotta rip some fat trombone solo or something, bro.
Maybe later.
Maybe later, for sure, for sure. We'll come back. We'll come back. Next question comes from Faith Dawa. She asks, "What's your favorite food?"
Oh, that's a hard one.
It could be like a genre of food, or it could be a specific dish. You choose.
Like just in general or like in quarantine?
Both. What's your quarantine
Okay,
go to snack, and then what's your
go
all time favorite food?
go to quarantine snack is probably either like any form of like chips that are in the house or like pogos because they're really easy to make and they taste good. But I think my all-time favorite food it's got to be like French fries,
French
or like
fries, goat.
or not just French fries, but just like potatoes because of all the ways you can make them. Like you could eat them as potato chips, fries. You could have them mashed. You could have them like baked. They're
Yeah,
just
the
fantastic
versatility
food.
of the potato is just unparalleled.
Yes.
Right, I agree. That's a good food. Um, Shola and Shio ask, "Where did you grow up? Have you always been growing up in the Lower Mainland, or are you from somewhere else?"
Yes, I have always grown up in Surrey. I've lived in this house for like 11 years, and before that, I was in a townhouse for like the first 5 years of my life. But yeah, I've lived in Surrey my whole life.
Nice, nice. A true Lower Mainlander. Shane
Yes.
Hosani asks, "Are you single?"
Yes,
Kind of hard to get a date in quarantine, not gonna lie. So, and also,
indeed.
you're still in high school. Preteens don't date when you're in high school. It's just a waste of time. Don't do it. I speak from experience, but that's for another day. Uh,
That's what I was about to ask you.
am I single?
No,
Or
like, were you single in high school?
oh, for you're in high school for 5 years. For two and a half of them, well, more than two and a half, almost three of the 5 years, I was single, and it was a giant mistake. Those other 2 years, so just don't do it. Shola asks, "What was the last movie you saw in theaters?"
Last movie I saw in theaters, I think it was the most recent Star Wars movie. I'm not sure though.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Thoughts, without spoilers. I've seen it, but for those that haven't seen it,
Um, it was pretty good. It's like better than the last one, way better than the last one specifically because like that one was a train wreck. But there's still some things that I felt cheated on.
yeah, it was like that. The thing happens, and you're like, "Bro, seriously?" But
Yeah.
whatever. We're not gonna talk about it. Isaac
hmm
Downey asks, "What's your favorite animal?"
that's a hard one as well. Probably a cat. I can't have one though because my dad's allergic. But
I feel you. My
Yeah.
mom's allergic to fur, so we can't have cats or dogs. Aubrey's been pushing really hard to get a dog, so I don't know, like hypoallergenic or a poodle, because apparently they're different. I don't get it, but what's your
Yeah, every
favorite TV show?
favorite TV. I haven't watched TV in a while, but probably Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls was such a fantastic show,
Yeah,
and I wish I could watch it again,
is it not
like
online anywhere?
fully. I don't know. It's probably on Disney Plus, but I don't have that.
Uh, yeah, I was never into Gravity Falls. That was a little after my cartoon watching days. But for those that haven't seen it or aren't aware, can you give us the basic premise of Gravity Falls? Like, what's an
So
average
basically,
episode look like?
so there's two kids like 12 years old. They're twins named Dipper and Mabel. So Dipper, like one of his big characteristics is he wants to grow up really fast, and he's always looking to be like cool or looking to be like the big man in the situation. Whereas like Mabel, his sister, polar opposite of that, she wants to like stay young and fun forever, and like everything she does, like her character is based a lot on like colors and like just like fun, like what's the word, fun like outfits and whatnot. Like she has a different like fun sweater every episode,
So
and
then
then base
the general like storyline throughout the show. What is the show working towards?
basically like they go to their uncle's tourist trap called the Mystery Shack in a town in Oregon called Gravity Falls, and what they very quickly realize is this is not an ordinary town. There's a bunch of like supernatural things that happen. Dipper finds a journal that starts telling him about some of the supernatural things. So they find like gnomes, zombies, vampires, like stuff like that. And each episode goes through them like basically finding like a different like problem to solve before leading up to a really, really good finale.
Nice. So it's more like mythological, mystical, kind of fantasy style.
Yeah.
Nice. Uh,
Yeah.
I've heard rave reviews from others as well, so I would definitely recommend. What's your favorite Disney Channel movie? Were you a Disney guy?
Kind of. Disney Channel's in like Disney itself or like Pixar.
Disney as in Disney itself. So when I say Disney Channel original movie, like High School Musical, like a movie that
Oh, I
aired
wasn't I
straight to
wasn't really
TV.
into like those ones. I wasn't
No,
actually really
not
into
about the
those
Camp
ones.
Rock, not about the High School Musical, or
Not
the
really.
Starstruck. That was a good
Those were
one.
just like I feel like those were just like a little bit before my time.
Okay, fair enough, fair
Like
enough.
just a couple years.
Fair enough. What's something that if you told me about yourself that I probably wouldn't believe you?
Let's see.
So I ask this question every week because every week I want to find out some crazy or something zany. Uh, like Maria doesn't know how to ride a bike. That was hers. Desiree, she was really mischievous. Victor was married. So what's something about yourself that if you told me, I probably wouldn't believe you at first?
Um, so this is kind of going off of that like bike sort of vibe. I've fallen down like a hill while mountain biking, like 10 feet.
Like a legit mountain?
Yeah,
Dang.
I was at the Sun Peaks Bike Park, and I was coming down this trail. I had gone over like all of the switchbacks except for this one that was right before like the maintenance road, right? So that goes down to like a ditch, right? So as I'm coming around this final switchback, right, there was like braking bumps in it. So my tire jumped one of those, and so you know how like say I'm coming like I can't really show it, but you know how it's sort of like a 180-degree turn.
Yeah.
So I'm going down that, and my tire hits this like divot, and it just turns 90 degrees, and I go straight over the edge
Oh.
of this switchback and go like straight down.
Any injuries?
Um, my arm was pretty jacked up for like most of the rest of the trip, so I didn't really get out much.
Oh, that sucks,
But
bro. So
yeah, I went out like the last day because my arm wasn't really hurting anymore, but my confidence was completely shot.
Just never want to go again. I've had that
Almost.
where you do something and it's almost automatic, but then one day there's something that disrupts the
Hmm.
flow and just like shoots you down
Yeah,
completely, and you're like, oh, I don't. I'm so scared. I never want to do it again. I feel you. I feel
yeah.
you. Uh, that kind of leads into my next question. What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? There's a lot of different ways I could go with this. I mean, I watch a lot of like on YouTube. I watch a lot of those like scary true horror story videos, like the ones where it's like, oh, like I was watching movies at like 2 a.m. and I hear like a knocking on my window, that kind of stuff, right? It's like I feel like I'm kind of paranoid, but like it's gotten better recently. But like I'm also like I'm scared of like going to like somewhere, let's say Australia, because that's like a really easy one for like terrifying things, and like going there and getting, I guess, like tagged or stung by something venomous. Like that's one of my biggest fears.
Yeah, fair enough. Australia, deadly continent, truly.
Why do people still live there? I don't understand.
Actually,
The
bro,
whole continent wants to kill you.
they had that massive fire too. It's like, man,
Yeah,
just lots of
yeah.
bad
The whole
things.
the whole continent is out for you.
Exactly. Um,
Like,
I gotta ask, because I ask every guest every week, what way do you have your toilet paper? Do you have it over? Do you have it under?
oh, absolutely over. Anyone who has it
Okay.
under is like a disgrace to society.
All right, preteens. We still haven't found anyone who has it under, but I'm fingers crossed we'll find one, so then we can make fun of
Do
them.
you have your? Do you? Okay,
No,
I
no,
thought
I'm
you were about to
over.
say.
Hashtag over, gang. Uh,
Thank you.
and then while we're on the topic of controversial things, I got to run you through our list of controversial questions. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, it's a taco.
It's a taco. Explain.
There's bread on three sides.
Okay, that's kind of true. Because the fold, like the hinge of the bun,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
a
That's
third
the
side.
third side.
Interesting. That's a hot take that we have not had before. We've had no, it's not a sandwich. We've had yes, it's a sandwich, and now we have it's a taco. Definitely
There's
an
a
interesting take.
there's a definitive video on like what kinds of foods are like what kind of like sandwich, taco, quiche, all
Like
that kind of stuff.
classification style.
Yeah, it's like because it's all dependent on how many sides of the food there's bread on. You know,
This is true. This is true.
like something with bread on all sides is a calzone. So something like fried chicken, that's a calzone. It's a Colonel
Whoa,
Sanders
hot
calzone.
take. The hottest of takes. I like it. Is cereal soup?
Um, Depends on if you have like liquid in it. If you
You
do,
eating
then
cereal
yeah.
without liquid, bro?
Nah, I personally don't put milk in most cereals.
What do you put in your cereal then? Water?
No, I just eat it dry.
Oh, okay, fair.
The
Really?
one thing I'll always put milk in what's it called? What's the one? Rice Krispies.
Really? That's like the blandest cereal though. Like there's so many other cereals that you put milk in
Uh,
it, like it sweetens, or do you
I
just
don't
want to
know.
hear the snap crackle pop?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of it. But like one of the cereals I really like is best cereal ever, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right?
Mm,
And every time I put milk in it, all like the sugar on top just like dissolves and I lose that taste.
that's true. So you're not a guy who drinks the milk after, are you then?
No, I'll drink the milk after.
Oh, I don't do that. But
Okay.
maybe that's just me.
Cereal first or milk first,
Oh,
please.
cereal first, 100%.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Except the one situation where it's the other way around is if you finish your cereal and there's still milk left, but you want more
Yeah,
cereal.
yeah, that's facts. If you go back for
Then you can,
seconds,
yeah, then you can put the cereal on top.
yeah, true. I've done that one before. And then finally, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Absolutely. And if anybody tells me otherwise, I don't know. I'm gonna have some choice words.
Choice words. Truly. Pineapple does belong on pizza. Doesn't mean you eat every slice of pizza with pineapple on it. Like, just Hawaiian, man. It's good. Like, I don't know why people get so worked up about it. On the topic of food, not really, but what's your favorite smell? Could be food or it could not be.
Favorite smell? I don't know. Campfire smoke's a pretty good one.
Like smoke coming off the campfire, or campfire smoke on your clothes.
Coming off the campfire. Campfire smoke on your clothes is awful.
Interesting. I beg to differ, but that's okay. What weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
Weird food combinations. I put an excessive amount of ketchup on scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I know people do ketchup and eggs. I don't prefer my eggs with ketchup, but I do know that's a thing. Uh, what
I can't
is?
really think of any like weird food
Yeah, not
combinations I do.
people don't really have weird food combinations because it's like, who cares, man? Just eat what you're gonna
Yeah.
eat. What's something you regret buying? So you bought it, and then either instantly or over time, you're like, man, I really wish I didn't buy this or have this.
Something I regret buying. That's a hard one. Um, this isn't really a regret, but like every time I go out like clothes shopping, like I only buy white shirts, so that's kind of like at this point defined me,
Your white
you know?
shirt guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like it's not like I hate that look. Like I do like it, but I feel like at this point it's hard to like switch off, you know?
yeah. I feel like white shirts are more common because I have a lot
Mhm.
of white shirts. I wore my
Th-
pink shirt today.
they go with
I
everything.
know they do go with everything, and it's like I don't know what it is, but black also goes with everything. But I
Yeah.
only have like two or three
I have,
black
I have a
shirts.
decent amount of black shirts too.
No, fair enough.
hmm
What kind of music are you listening to right now? This one comes from Shola.
Um, let's see. So I listen to a lot of worship music. I listen to a lot of EDM music. What else do I listen to? Oh, I listen to a lot of like anime openings because they're really good.
Agreed.
I don't know what's they're saying, but they sound good.
Yeah, bro. It's the rhythmic melodic structure.
hmm
As long as it's pleasing to the ears, who cares, man? I do agree.
Yeah.
There's some pretty fire anime openings out there.
hmm
Um, who do you think the most down to earth celebrity is? Like a celebrity that's just one of the guys or one of the girls. It's like just kind of chill.
Let's see. Who do I think is the most down to earth? I think Tom Holland's kind of down to earth a bit.
Yeah, he seems pretty goofy.
Yeah,
Seems like he would have a good time. Have some fun.
I feel he sometimes like mentions like that he's famous, but he plays it for laughs.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
know?
you got a subtle flex.
Yeah.
That's everyone does that. You subtly flex, and it's like
hmm
I'm not famous, but I subtly flex some things. But it's part of life. Don't brag though.
Yeah.
Don't be prideful. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also a sin.
true. What's your go-to karaoke song? So this is a segment we do every single week on Free Talk
Mm.
Fridays, where you're Friday night, you're in the car going to youth or coming home from youth with your friends. They say, Nathan, put on a song. You got to put a song on that everyone knows the words to, that everyone's gonna sing along to. What song is that?
Uh, I haven't done karaoke in so long. I guess one song that like I feel like most people can jam out to is what's the one? Can't remember. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like it's like by the boy band before One Direction, but like I don't think it's NSYNC. It's not NSYNC.
Backstreet Boys. 5 Seconds of
Mm,
Summer.
no. Um, I have it. I have it in a Spotify playlist somewhere. Hold on.
All right, we gotta find this. Cause I'm a man of the people.
Let me see. Cause I have it saved in a playlist that I called Nostalgia, which is just memes from like Anvil.
Nice.
Let's see. Got it pulled up on my other monitor, and it's just taking a little bit of time to load.
Spoiler alert, preteens, if you look at the date in the bottom right-hand corner, it is Thursday. So don't hate me, but this is pre-recorded. They're all pre-recorded. I'm just not recording on Friday.
That's not it. It's not in here. Never mind. There's a different song that I was thinking of. Oh, I just thought of a different one that's also pretty good.
All right.
Oh, I just remember what it was.
I'm ready.
It's I Want It That Way.
You what?
It's I Want It That Way.
Oh, nice. That is Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I need the karaoke. Oh my gosh, so loud. I need the karaoke version.
You gonna make me sing it?
No, I'm gonna sing it. I do this every week where I ask
Oh, let's go.
I ask our guests what their favorite karaoke song is, and then I fire one off. Hopefully
Let's
this isn't
do
too
it.
loud.
I don't hear anything yet.
Yeah, yeah. You are my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say that I want it that way, but we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. That's pretty good.
That was fantastic.
That was not gonna lie, might be one of my best ones yet. But,
That's amazing.
I'm not prideful or anything. All right, and we back. Moving on.
Yep.
Continuing with the questions. That was our little music break. What's the most expensive thing that you've ever broken?
I don't know. I haven't really broken that much stuff. I don't know. No, never mind. I've put a phone through the washing machine.
Oh, story time. How'd that happen?
It was just in one of my pockets, and I put it through. I felt something like hard in one of the pockets after I'd run the wash, and I'm like, no. I take it out. It's like the phone, and here's where I really messed up. I tried to turn it on.
No.
Right? And that will just kill it. You know?
Yes.
Like, that'll just destroy it.
Word of wisdom to the preteens. If you ever get your phone wet, you drop it in the toilet, it falls in a lake, you put it through the washing machine, don't try and turn it on. Place it in a bowl of rice, leave it for 24 hours, I think. Just leave
at
that.
Least.
Just chill. Don't try and turn it on. Don't try and boot it up. Don't do that, because you're gonna wreck it even more. Because it's savable if you don't try and turn it on. Word of the wise. I've never put my phone in water. Actually, that's not true. So this is my newer phone, but when I had my old phone, it's actually over there. It was an iPhone 6S. Shout out to was that Sean?
No, that's my dad.
Oh.
Shout out to my dad.
Shout out to Keith Vincent. Nice. Hi.
Friend.
Dyson.
Really?
Yeah. I gotta shave and get a haircut, but it's me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was awesome.
So my old
Hey,
phone.
Dyson, get a haircut.
I know, I need one. I can't. I literally can't. So my old phone,
goodness.
it was a 6S, and I was in Safeway when I still worked at Safeway, and I was washing some veg, and there was a big puddle on. I had my phone, like, I had a front pocket in the shirt, so I had it playing music, and it's just playing music, just chilling, and I leaned down to scrape up all this water, like this giant puddle on the ground, and my phone just slips out of my front pocket, face down into the water. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. So I pick it up, and it was on, so I didn't turn it on. So I'm like, okay, it's still working, so that's good. But then the sound was all messed up because there was water in the speakers. So I'm like, what do I do? Like, this water's been on the ground. It's dirty vegetable water. Like, what do I do? And so I just started blowing in the speakers. I'm like, trying to get this sound to work, and I'm like wiping it on my shirt, trying to get the water off. So it worked, and it's fine. It's over there. I don't use it anymore because I got a new phone. But I did drop phone in water, and I didn't turn it on. It was still on, so I'm good. Moving on. What's
Before
the
I like
sorry?
forget to unmute myself, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
true.
wanted to say something about like phones. Pro tip: don't put your phone in your shirt pocket. That's
Yeah,
like
don't
the
do it.
worst place ever for it. And like also, if you have like a hoodie pouch, like the kangaroo pouch on like the non-zip up hoodies, that's also a bad spot.
Yeah,
That's not secure at all.
no, not at all. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Best piece of advice I've ever been given. Hmm. I don't know. Basically, just probably persistence, and like, because I'm someone that like I've noticed this like over the years that like I don't really like to lose or like do badly.
Yeah, because
Um,
winning is fun, and I'm playing to
and
have
if
fun.
yeah, and if there's something that like I really can't do, like I get really discouraged very quickly. So just learning and like making sure that like I am more persistent and pushing through like little defeats. Like if I'm like playing something like on the piano, for example, and like I'm really not getting it, like sometimes I get really discouraged and I just won't go back to it for a bit. So just being able to be like, I'm just starting it. I won't be able to play it perfectly right off the bat. So I gotta keep working on it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's a big key to life because we can watch all these YouTube videos of professional gamers or these really talented people, or we follow them on Instagram or whatever, and they're really good, and then we want to be just as good, and then we attempt whatever it is that we're attempting, and we're just really bad at it the first time. It's like, oh, well, I suck, I'm a garbage human being. It's like, well, no, that's part of learning. Part of learning is being bad because the only way to get better is to
Yeah.
improve. So I definitely feel you on the persistence piece. It's really easy to get discouraged and give up. I have those tendencies as well, where if I'm just not good at it the first time, I'm like, well, it's stupid anyways. I didn't even want to do it. You just kind of give up. But that's a good piece of advice.
But
Uh,
then there's also like the aspect of like you kind of need failure in some situations where like if you succeed at something right off the bat, you have no idea if you're actually doing it in the best way possible.
yeah,
Like it could have been a fluke, right?
exactly. Because what happens if you do that same thing again later, but then it doesn't work? You're like,
Yeah.
wait, I thought I was like really good, and I thought like I learned it. Well, you didn't learn anything. You just learned what worked that one time, but you
Yeah,
didn't
that'll be
understand.
even worse for your confidence than failing the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, the washing machine shaking my TV.
It's
Uh,
like it's like the same thing I said with like riding my bike and falling on that hill. My confidence was gone.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
like
And it was no
that same
fault of
thing
your
can
own.
happen.
It was just a divot
Yeah.
that you couldn't control or
Mhm.
necessarily know about. So, what was the worst haircut you ever had?
Um It's kind of hard to answer that actually because I've kind of stayed to the same kind of haircut, like either one of two haircuts. So before like up to like 3 years ago, my hair was always really short, right? Like you've known me for a while, you've seen it. You've
Yeah,
seen my hair when it's really short. But then like in like what's the word? It's like not really recently because I've been doing it for like a few years, but like relatively recently. I started just wanting my hair longer, so now I do, and it's it's gotten out of control because of quarantine.
I know, dude. Me
Because like
too, bro.
no, my first haircut or my last haircut before quarantine started was like 2 months before quarantine
Oh
started.
my,
So I've been like at least like 3.5 months without a haircut.
dang. Yeah, bro, I feel you. I was used to getting a haircut like once every like month or month and a half, and I'm going
Hmm.
on almost 3 months now, and it's like,
Yeah,
bro, I hate it.
it used to be every 6 weeks for me, and then didn't really want my hair getting cut that short anymore, so I started like waiting longer and longer in between, and then I also started getting cut longer at the barbershop anyways.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's say for whatever reason, Jimmy Fallon, who Nathan Vincent, the next big late night talk show. All right, Nights with Nathan, you could call it or not. Who's your first guest? All right, inaugural talk show. You're replacing Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers. You're replacing those chumps. All right, who's the first guest that you're having on your late night talk show to interview?
Um, I think I don't know if you've heard of him. His name's Shroud.
Shroud. Yep.
Yeah, because really good gamer. Like he goes to like any new game and he's instantly like at the highest level in it, and like he's also Canadian, so represent.
Woo!
Um, but yeah, that'd be a really fun person to have on a talk show. I feel like because there's not many talk shows that have really featured like people from like streaming like games or like basically the whole gaming scene.
That's true.
You
It's
know,
it's been
like
dominated
the
mostly by Ninja. Like I think he's been
yeah,
the only one.
that's basically like the only one.
Yeah. For those preteens or anyone who's watching who doesn't know who Shroud is, Shroud's a streamer, just plays video games, and he's really good at them. And you're like,
Mhm.
what does that even mean? Like, dude, he's so good. So yeah, that would definitely be an interesting guest. You know, esports isn't the biggest focus, and there's a lot of streamers out there that make good content and they're working really hard, and they just don't get featured because they're not making movies, and they're
And I
not
mean like,
Ninja.
and it really should get more recognition because like gaming in of itself is a huge entertainment medium.
Yep.
Like I'm sure I'm willing to bet most people that like have access to it have played at least some video games.
Yeah. A lot of people have played, even if you don't like video games, you've at
Yeah.
least tried some form of video game, whether it be a mobile app, like shout out to Cut the Rope or Doodle Jump. Like you've had some form of digital entertainment.
Hmm.
And it's a huge industry. It really is. And like the League of Legends esports scene is massive. CS:GO has a big professional scene as well. So does Rainbow Six
Hmm.
Siege. Like these aren't like
Rainbow
tiny.
Six Siege's scene is kind of in shambles
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
kind of falling apart. Yeah, we're not. This isn't about gaming though. Uh,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, gaming is a huge industry, and it doesn't
Uh,
get like a ton of focus, except when they say video games bad, video games cause violence, and that's really all you
mhm.
hear about video games in the media.
From the media.
Yeah, and I'm not like, oh, big media, but like it
Hmm.
just doesn't get coverage, and it's a cool scene. It's a cool kind of culture, just the way people interact, and I don't know. Maybe as it gains in popularity, we'll see more. I don't know how you could gain any more popularity though. Like it's already
Hmm.
so big, but whatever. If you could add someone to Mount Rushmore, who would you add and why? For those of you who don't know what Mount Rushmore is, it's in the States. It's the mountain with the four presidents' faces carved into it. So there's four faces. So if you could add a fifth face to Mount Rushmore, who would you add?
I feel like that's kind of a weird question because it's like a U.S. landmark with solely U.S. presidents. So I feel
Exactly.
like
So
if
are
you
you
add
are you gonna
someone who's,
be like the same and add another president, or are you gonna like be out there and add like something stupid?
I'm gonna add Jesus to that.
Nice, nice. I like that. Just throw Jesus. We don't know what he looks like, but just throw him up there anyways. Like best guess.
I want as historically accurate of a bust of Jesus as possible. Not like the one we see in media of just like this tall, like brown-haired white dude with a beard. Like he lived in Israel.
True. So
He was
interesting.
born in Israel. He didn't look like an American.
Exactly. Put an end to white Jesus, because Jesus was not white. That might come as a shock to you, but he did live in the eastern
Cult-
countries, in the eastern.
Culture shock from the Free Talk Fridays, ladies
Exactly.
and
Hate to
gentlemen.
burst your bubble here on Free Talk Fridays, but Jesus was in fact not a white person. Uh, What fictional family would you want to be a member of? So a family, it could be in a video game, a TV show, a movie. What family would you want to be a part of?
Um, Probably the Pines family from Gravity Falls. That'd be so much fun.
Just going on adventures, just,
I
wilding
mean,
out.
yeah.
Fair enough. What topic could you give a 20-minute presentation on without any preparation? Someone comes up to you, Nathan, we need you to fill 20 minutes talking about something you're really knowledgeable in. Like, what PowerPoint could you throw together really quickly and just kill 20 minutes talking about?
Well, I feel like you could answer this question for me. I mean, you call me the Minecraft Wikipedia, so there you go.
Yeah, but like, Minecraft is so nuanced. Like, you could give a 20-minute presentation on Redstone alone, right?
Oh, Redstone's not my forte. I could give you a 20-minute presentation on like the most efficient way to play the game. I could do that.
Yeah, the most efficient farms, the most efficient, resources to collect, and
Yeah.
definitely, I could definitely see you popping out of my 20-minute Minecraft presentation.
Pro tip: bread is awful. Don't get
Hashtag bread gang! Yo, if you watch Minecraft Mondays, join the Bread Alliance. We need more members because we need more bread. We don't have enough. Last question before we wrap things up. If you could go to Mars, would you, and why or why not? So Elon Musk shows up with his brand new son, Kyle. Uh, that's a joke for those of you who know that Elon Musk's son's name is really weird. Elon Musk is like, hey, we need one more guy for the Mars mission. Like, do you want to come or not? What are you saying?
What is my chance of death on this mission?
50%. You could die or you could live. Equal chance. Would you go to
So, like,
Mars?
what kind of mission is this? Just like an exploration mission? Is this like a colonization
This
sort of
is the
thing?
first mission to Mars. You could be one of the first human beings to set foot on Mars. Would you do it?
I mean, if it was free, yeah, sure.
Free? Okay, fair enough. With a 50% chance of death.
Sure, why not?
Sure. Why not?
Let's
Dude,
go for it.
I'm going to Mars. Like, if I die on Mars, first person to die on Mars. Shout out to me. Like, then you go down in the history books.
Like,
First person to
yeah,
be on Mars, first person to die on
either
Mars.
either way, I'm in a history book somewhere.
Yeah, like right after the COVID-19 section, you have first man on Mars, first man death on Mars. It's like win-win-win, right?
Mhm.
All right.
I mean, except for the fact that you're dead. But
Yeah, so you can't enjoy the fame, but like the legacy would live on.
yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Free Talk Fridays with Pastor Dyson. If you guys have any questions for our future guests, I always post an Instagram kind of question thing on my Instagram page, and I'll post one on the preteens one. So send in your questions for them. I will feature your question with your name as long as they're attached, and I can tell who's sending in these questions. So make sure to send questions my way. Sunday lesson. I forgot what I had to say. Sunday lesson obviously is coming back this Sunday. We're gonna have a couple guest speakers. I'm not gonna be speaking the whole time. I'll speak for quite a bit of it, but we're gonna have a couple guest appearances from some of your leaders starting this Sunday, and then throughout the weeks we'll have different leaders come in, make appearances in the lesson. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos, so you don't miss our Sunday lessons, Minecraft Mondays, or our Free Talk Fridays. And so Nathan, thank you so much for coming on. Is there any last things that you would like to say to our preteens? Anything that you think they should know, or anything you would like to promote?
Subscribe to Dyson's YouTube channel.
Well, to the preteens channel, but yeah, I run it, but it's preteens, so subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions for Nathan, I'll leave his social media down in the description below so you can sauce him a follow. Don't spam him with messages because that's really annoying. Tastefully send him messages. But that's all for Free Talk Fridays. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you back here Sunday for another Sunday lesson. Bye!
See ya!
See ya!